Hello, my precious friends. Last night I had the great pleasure of playing the first 3 hours or so of Splatoon Raiders. I did it on stream. I'm actually burning to get back to it. I think there is at least a chance I will be streaming the entire game. I'm not 100% sure, but that is at least my plan right now. I want to jump right back on. I might even stream all day if I can swing it. But then, see, I recognized, okay, well, there's kind of a window. There's kind of a window right here. You played the game a bit. This is where you do the first impressions video before you jump back into the game and do the entire thing. So I'm doing that right now before I get back into it. But if anything, I think that kind of illustrates my first impressions of the game, how excited I am to get back into it, how I'm like kind of forcing myself to sit down and do this video, because my first impression of the game overall so far is very, very good. And I will say, it's like, there's not really any surprises necessarily. This is one of those games. It's always really nice when there's a game, it gets revealed, you see the trailer, you're like, that looks like something I want. And then they just reveal more, and you're like, yep, that's even more of what I want. And then they just reveal even more, and you're like, yeah, this is pretty much exactly a thing that I know I'm gonna love. And then you start playing it, and it's just like everything that you wanted. You know what I mean? It's just such a positive experience all around. You know, I love that feeling when I drop into a game, and I've barely been playing like at all. You know, I've been playing for like 15 minutes. I'm basically still in the tutorial. You know, I'm just moving through like the opening areas. It's like teaching me how to play, just teaching me the controls and the concepts. And like, it's that feeling where you're just like, I'm already so happy to be here. You know, like I was kind of comparing it to like going to like a really nice party or just some kind of event with your friends, and you've just got like this big day or just this big thing all lined up, and you just got there. Nothing has even really started yet. Everyone isn't even there yet, and there's just like this feeling of just like, I'm already so pleased to be here. Just knowing what's coming. I'm already just in such a happy space. And I get that with games sometimes, and I absolutely got it here. Just being like, I can just feel all of the fun hours stretching before me, and even just these basic early tasks. I'm just having so much fun. Because if you need a brief reminder, I love Splatoon, but I'm not a competitive player. I'm not very good at the game. So my favorite thing has always been Salmon Run, because I do like the multiplayer aspect when I can actually get around to like playing with friends and stuff. Like the best experiences with Splatoon that I have had have been playing with friends and then playing cooperatively in Salmon Run. Like that's my thing. And yet Salmon Run has always, I don't want to say like lacked in a lot of areas. It was a really good package, but there was just so much that they could do with it. You know, like we always wanted, well, I say deeper customization, any customization at all, being able to choose whatever weapons you want. There's so much they could do with that formula. And this just is that. This is that. They took Salmon Run and they spun it off into a whole entire game. And yeah, just so far, it's just everything I could possibly want. It's just everything I could possibly want from a Salmon Run game. So much customization, so much. Like, just there's so many different ways to alter the build of your character. You know, naturally, just at a base level, you get to pick whatever weapon you want. You know, you're not stuck in a rotation, stuck using a roller while you wait for your turn with the splatter shot, you know? I mean, there's technically a limited pool of weapons. It gives you a basic shooter to start out with, but then after that, it really just comes down to what the enemies drop, which does seem to be fairly random. People in stream were actually saying that, like, oh, yeah, like, by now, you probably should have had more drops, like more weapon options, sort of suggesting that it's gonna kind of be different for everyone. But there was still plenty to work with, and if anything, the randomness is really fun. Like, you never know what weapon you're gonna get next. But yeah, point is, though, you can choose which weapon you use. So, like, you know, obviously, at a base level, like, that's already gonna affect the game so much. And then from there, it's the 3 different tank types, and each tank type has its own, like, gadgets. Like, they're, like, secondary weapons. You can equip 2 at once. So far, I have only played with 1 tank and 2 gadgets, and I could pick up any of the other tanks if I want to. I could craft even more gadgets if I wanted to. I haven't even touched that yet, and yet I'm already having so much fun. You can equip, different, what are they called? Thingies to augment each of your gadgets. It can change the way that they work, and you can, like, buff them in different ways, and, what else? There's just so much. Pick which deep cut character is piloting the little robot, and each one has their own, like, big showstopper attack, and you can even upgrade your weapons. So far, it doesn't seem super duper helpful. It's kind of a waste of Spiralite, but whatever, that is another option. When you get these big treasures, these are relics, and each one gives you another, like, kind of a global ability, and you can equip one, and there's more equip slots. And then as you level up, you get experience, and you level up, and you get skill points, and you can up whatever skill, just like straight up RPG style. Pick your weapon attack, or gadget attack power, or HP. Like, it's incredible. It's just incredible. Again, it's just everything I could have wanted. I mean, not only just from Salmon Run, but from just Splatoon overall. You know, I really liked Side Order because it really let you, build your character as you go, kind of in a more of a roguelite format, but you could just kind of buff all these different stats. And it's also similar to just the basic equipable chunks or whatever from the base game, but it's all packaged into just a much more, like, condensed, refined, and even expanded RPG format. It's a looter shooter, honestly. Like, when they were marketing the game, I didn't really pick up on the fact that this is basically a looter shooter. You know, like, the entire point is you're going around, you're killing salmonids, and you're just getting stuff. You're collecting parts from individual salmonids, and you use those to craft things. You're picking up these different currencies and different items, and just, like, your Spiralite, your money, and you're getting weapon drops, and you're constantly getting new weapons at higher levels, and it's delicious. It's positively delicious. I love any game where you're just grabbing a whole bunch of stuff, getting all these different materials, just hoarding all this stuff. And the game really, it really lays it on thick. You know, like, it's constantly giving you stuff, which is really cool. Every level is just showering you in rewards, and it's all useful. All of it does something. So many ways to customize your build and to increase your power, which is really good because, you know what? Like, this game is, I'm not gonna say that it's, like, hard so far, but it definitely gives me the impression that things are gonna get a little bit crazy. Like, it brings the heat a lot earlier than I expected. You know, you've got your little tutorial area, and then, like, it kind of takes off the gloves pretty quickly. You know, like, some of these scenarios, yeah, getting pretty heated. I've definitely had some retries. It's great though, because so far the hardest levels have been these like underground dungeon ones, and there's like a time limit, and you got to collect enough eggs within the time limit, and these have been the hardest so far. But, like, restarting has never ever been a problem because the levels are so quick. You jump right back in really quickly. Whole thing is over in, like, a few minutes, and you get to keep everything that you collect. You do not lose anything. So, like, there's, like, no lost progress at all. So yeah, so far, like, difficulty is ramping up a lot quicker than I thought it would, and yet there's been no friction yet. Like, no frustration whatsoever. I'm always being showered by heaps of rewards, always getting stronger, just, like, constantly leveling up. It's just really good. It's just really, really fun. And you know what? The presentation is just awesome. Oh, it's just phenomenal. It's a lot like a lot of Switch 2 games where you watch the trailer, and especially, like, if you're watching on, like, a smaller TV or your phone or whatever, you watch the trailer and it doesn't really look like anything special. It doesn't really look like a next-gen game. And yet when you see it in action, it's just completely different. Like, it's a completely different story. Seeing it in action, it's on my big 4K TV. The resolution is so sharp. And the performance is just, like, absolutely flawless so far. So much stuff going on screen, and yet it's just a buttery smooth 60 FPS. A lot of like really subtle touches, again, that you can't really glean from a trailer. The ink just has that little extra level of detail, the shine, like all just like the lighting and the reflections look really, really good. So like it is true that it's not like a massive, massive generational upgrade, and yet it does feel next gen to me. It looks really, really, really good in action, and it feels really good too. So yeah, I guess I'll leave it there. Yeah, the long story short, having an absolute blast. Cannot wait to get back into it. Again, I hope to stream most, if not all of it. We're gonna see what I can manage to do. But yeah, pretty much as soon as I get this video up, I'm gonna get right back on stream, and I'm just gonna play the game as much as I possibly can. I would really like to get a review out in good time. I don't want, I'm trying to catch up on my reviews. Don't want to keep delaying this stuff, especially for games that are really, really important to me. And this game is indeed very important to me. So I'm hoping to get a review out pretty quick. If you are playing this game, please let me know what you think about it so far down in the comments. I'm curious to see if anyone else is having as much of a good time with this one as I am. Any other Salmon Run freaks out there for whom this is just an absolute dream come true. And did you know, like, you can just play basically the whole thing co-op? Like, I don't know when I'll be able to play co-op with someone, but like you and a friend and friends could, like, in theory, just like sit down and like basically play through the whole game together co-op. Like, just like, it's incredible. They did a single player Salmon Run where you can also play co-op the entire. It's amazing. It's just amazing. You know what? That's what I want to hear. If any of you listening to this right now, if you have been or have plans to play with just like 3 other friends, and you're just going to just play a whole ton of co-op, you're just going to spend like all weekend playing it together or something, whether in person or online, just tell me about it. I want to hear that. It just gives me the warm fuzzies. I'm just so happy for you. Like, that's just, that sounds like an absolute blast if you can pull that off. Tell me about the food that you were eating. Like, really paint the scene. Just like paint a picture for me. I want details. Until I can actually get some friends together to play this, I want to live vicariously through you.